And then I ended my mission in Jakova in Kosovo. So it was my last transfer, it was training. And it was definitely a lot of different experiences, kind of a lot different going from Tirana, where you're around a bunch of missionaries, you're close to the mission president, you're close to the mission home, and you're close to a lot of other stuff, a lot of people, and the church is strong relatively, because you got 4 branches. And then you go to Kosovo, and then Jakova specifically, where when I got there, my first week was actually when that group became a branch. So a small branch of like 20 people. I actually had an opportunity to serve in the branch presidency there. The big reason for that, there was a senior couple, Elder Tooley, who was the branch president. So I normally just was there to translate for him. But it was just a lot of different experience. And it was, it was hard, just plain and simple, because Kosovo, they've been through a lot of hard times with war and communism, different things like that, and they're predominantly Muslim, even more so than Albania is 70%, and if I remember correctly, Jakova is like 90%. It's a lot smaller city, and so it's definitely a different experience, and I definitely struggled adjusting to that. It's my last transfer, wanting to finish strong and work hard and be the best missionary I could be, but having a hard time in transitioning from being around a bunch of missionaries in a big city to a small city where the work wasn't progressing nearly as fast, and the church was more new and stuff like that. And so it was definitely a hard time for me, but it was important just to keep pushing along, and again, going back to planting those seeds and seeing the small, simple things that would happen. Because again, it was an area that I didn't have a whole lot of success in looking at it, but felt like there was little things here and there that made a small impact. And one thing that really helped me daily was just seeing those small miracles that happened every day. Whether it was a simple getting to someone's door, or someone that normally walks right past us to talk to us, or the case was little things like that I felt were impactful. And so it was good just to see those different experiences.
When I got the call I was going to Kosovo in Pristina, I thought it'd be not as developed as Tirana. And Tirana is, some parts of it are like second world. I feel like it's like second world. Some parts are really nice, but then other parts you go into and it's super poor. So I was expecting Kosovo was going to be a ton worse than that, especially with their war was so recent. But I get there and it's super developed. Like, it looks like actually European. And I went into culture shock hardcore going up there. But people up there, you have to be more serious when they say they're Muslim up in Kosovo. Just because there's more extremists and they take it a lot more seriously. But there is still, in Albania, some people are still very serious about their Islam religion. And in Kosovo, if they said they were Muslim, you couldn't push them. You're like, okay, like, I respect you, of course, and like, I wish you a great day type thing. And I feel like in Kosovo it's a lot harder. They have their guards up more. They're stuck in the way of the traditions of their fathers a lot more in Kosovo. And the church is super newer. It's a lot more new in Kosovo. I served in a branch when there was probably like 50 members tops, and not all of them were coming to church. So we spent, I know for me and my companion, there were some days when all we would do was contact on the street, and it was super hard doing that much contacting. But the people there, if you are able to talk to them and get a conversation going, it is super interesting. I loved asking them what Islam was to them, what it meant to them, and what they believed. And it was fun when I was up in Kosovo. It wasn't fun for my family, but there was some political unrest. And it was actually a ton of fun. I wish I had a better view from my apartment, but we didn't. But unfortunately, we couldn't go out and proselyte at all for a week. We had to take off our badges at a point, and we just hung out at the church and studied a lot and played Uno and stuff. But it was interesting having that political unrest, because it made you realize how much and how deeply like you wanted to go out and just like help people. But the Kosovo, when I was up there, it was in the winter and it was freezing. and I loved it because I don't like the heat. The Albanian heat is super humid, and I already sweat really easily. And so I hated the summers in Albania. Like, they killed me. But I was up in Kosovo during the winter, and it snowed all the time. And it was it was the coldest I've ever been, because of the humidity. The cold would just go right to your bones. And, like, even though you have layers on, you would still be, like, chattering. But I loved it. It was so pretty up there when it snowed. And also, my other favorite part of serving Kosovo is we were close to... There's an army base in like an hour outside of Pristina. It's called Bonstil, and there were a couple members up there, and they'd come to our church every Sunday. And we were able to go up to Bonstil and do Institute with them, and that was my favorite because I absolutely love our country. And I had family that my dad was in the army, and my grandpa and my uncles. And so that was heaven to me, also being able to go to Bonstil and have a meal with a ton of soldiers. Not only American soldiers, but there were soldiers from all around the country living there. And I got to eat with all of them, and I got to talk to some of them. And it was just amazing to see that the gospel can affect all parts of your life, and it can help you in all aspects of your life, no matter what.